What's going on, guys? It's Tom from Dude's Gourmet, and today we're making Baja fish tacos. We teamed up with some great local brands to bring some flavors of Baja here to New York. And we're gonna shake our dudes right on top of it. Oh, I needed that. First thing we're gonna do is make some fresh pico de gallo. So in our pico, you're gonna need half an onion. If you watch me closely, I'll show you how to cut it. Real easy, a nice fine dice. I'm gonna hold the onion flat down like this. They're gonna make some simple cuts, maybe 3 or 4, like that. Then we're gonna just cut strips straight up and down. Key to this is having a very sharp knife. Get some nice fine dices. One of my favorite tools in the kitchen is a bench scraper. Makes everything really easy to pick up. Just like that. So you 1/2 of a white onion. You can use a Spanish onion if you'd like. I like the white onions. Next part of our pico is gonna be our tomatoes. Really simply, we're just gonna take the ends, well, the sides off this tomatoes, and we're gonna cut strips. This you can discard or save it for stock. We don't really want any seeds in our pico. Get all that leftover stuff out of there. Just go ahead and do that to all of them. So you want to get your pico and your slaw done first, because the longer it sits, the better it's gonna taste. So look at all this. This is all water and seeds. It's gonna ruin your pico. Once again, with your bench scraper, just take all those tomato bits, throw them in the garbage. So now we're just gonna julienne these till we have a bunch of strips. And we're just gonna dice them real nice. It's gonna take me a little bit of time, so I'm probably gonna fast forward this. Bench scraper again. Now I like to work kind of clean, so we're gonna wipe our cutting board, and then we're gonna go on to the jalapenos. I always take a little taste to see what we're working with over here, so I cut the tip off, and it's not that bad. So we're gonna go ahead and cut that down the middle. Once again, with your sharp knife, you're gonna go ahead and take out all the inside seeds. Bench scraper once again, guys. You have your jalapeno. The pico's almost done. Now we're gonna grab the star of the show, some fresh cilantro, and you're just gonna ball up a nice big handful of it like this, and you're gonna run your knife through it as best you can, and we are just gonna give it a nice rough chop. And we're gonna run it through it maybe 1, 2, 3 times. I like the way that looks. That looks good. Clean your board. Now that we've got everything into a nice bowl like this, we're gonna go and we're going to add some of our Murry River salt flakes. It's a nice big pinch like that. The juice of 1/2 lime. You know what, we made a lot. Maybe we should do a lime and a half. So one of the companies that we teamed up with was the Feel Good Factory, and they make the coolest CBD around. So this is 400 mg's of CBD. We're gonna put this into our Pico and it's gonna make us feel real good. Now just give that a mix, let all those flavors get to know each other. And that is looking like a nice Pico right there, I can tell you that much. See what we got. That is beautiful Pico. I know behind me you see some cut cabbage. I'm gonna grab it. We're gonna go ahead and make our Baja Slaw, and then we're gonna start frying these fish. So here's a big bowl, 1/2 of a finely cut green cabbage, 1/4 of a red cabbage. And to make coleslaw, you need salt, a little bit of sugar, and some black pepper. So I'm gonna mix that in right now. 1 teaspoon of each. Then you also need the juice of 1 lime. And again, some of our Feel Good Factory CBD. And now how you wanna mix this is very easily. You just kinda wanna just work your hands through the bottom of it and keep fluffing it up. So we just wanna introduce all the flavors to this over here, make sure everything has a little bit of everything. And before we serve it, we are going to drain the extra liquid that the salt and sugar brings out of the cabbage. Give it a little taste. Should taste very fresh, and that's exactly what it tastes like. So we're gonna put this off to the side, change our gloves. Now we are gonna make our beer batter. Starts with 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 big shake of our Dude's Gulf Coast seasoning, 1 egg, and about 3/4 of a beer. Now we are going to incorporate this all together. Should look a little bit like pancake batter. It's exactly what we want it to look like. It smells fantastic. Just like that, let it sit a little bit. Have a little drink of that leftover beer. For Baja fish tacos, you can really use whatever kind of fish you want. I personally like a white fish like cod. This is from my friends over at Fish Foodies. Check them out. I'll give you a link in my description below. They have the nicest fish around and they deliver right to your door. So we're gonna cut this in nice strips so we can go ahead and get a nice fish taco out of it. I like pieces like this. I'm gonna throw a couple in the beer batter. So we can probably get 2 more out of this one. Start with these 3. There's another one right there. I don't like to overload the batter. I like to put maybe 4 or 5 pieces in at once just because nobody likes, you know, crowded fish tacos. These are nice pieces for fish tacos. Wipe your knife down. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna check the temperature of this oil. It's right wherever we want it, around 350. So let's go ahead and batter these fish, and very carefully we're going to put them into our oil. We're gonna let these fry in this oil for about 3 minutes or until they start to float. Now it's time to drain that slaw. If you push your slaw over to the side, you'll start to see that liquid. You just want to get that out of there. So I'm going to go over to the sink and I'm going to drain it out. Now let's cut up some limes. Now you can get your sauces ready because we're going to build these tacos. Over here I have High River sauces, Rogue, Blood Orange, and Scorpion Pepper hot sauce made right here in New York. And I also have this awesome jalapeno aioli from Vines and Branches, also made right here in New York. So when you build these tacos, you want to start at the bottom. We're going to put the fish down first. Put 1, 2 on this one. Then we're going to go and grab some of our slaw. Not so much, just a little bit. some of our Pico, some of this jalapeno aioli, and your hot sauce. I'm just gonna fast forward through this little taco montage, and you'll come back and see me when I'm ready to sauce these bad boys. Now that you got all your tacos ready to go, you can just go ahead and sauce each one very lightly, because there's so much flavor in the slaw and in the Pico and in the beer battered fish, and just a little bit of that rogue hot sauce right over here. Very little bit. I don't know about you guys, but it's time for me to get into one of these things. So, I think this one right here in the middle's got my name on it. Special thanks to Fish Foodies for the best fish around, for Rogue Hot Sauce as well, Vines and Branches, Feel Good Factory CBD, and definitely to Murry River Sea Salt. Let's get into this taco, guys. This should be voted best fish taco, best Baja taco in New York, I can tell you that much. Don't forget to follow me on all platforms, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, them all. TikTok. Everything's at Dude's Gourmet. These tacos are like nothing you've ever had before. These tacos are fantastic. Oh, these are great. All right, well, I'm gonna eat these with my brother and my family, so enjoy, guys. I'll check you next time. Yo, Mike, come grab one of these.